Oh, I'm gonna remember to hit record before I start this time. Okay. All right, we are live. I'm just gonna check the old. All right, cool, good. So while people hopefully start gathering into the live stream, I am going to say hello. My name is Devin Shears. I am the Director of Program and Communications for the Nickel Independent Film Festival. And I would like to welcome our audience, our writers, and our performers to the final night of the Nickel Script Writing Challenge reading. If you're not familiar with this particular challenge, we gave participants about 2 weeks, a little under actually, to write an original 5-page or less script. Other than that, there were really no rules. And so we got some really, really great work, some really eclectic, fun, cool new things. And we have partnered with the amazing TODOS Productions to perform readings of those scripts over this weekend. Tonight's our last night. For some reason, I'm going on a little bit tonight. I don't know why. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to hand it over to Santiago Guzman of TODOS Productions to introduce himself, his company, and the performers tonight. So take it away, Santiago.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. It's so nice. I was going to say to see you, but I'm not actually seeing you, so we're going to skip that part. My name is Santiago Guzman. My pronouns are he and him. And I'm the artistic director for TODOS Productions. And I want to welcome you as we're all gathered in this virtual space to this very, very exciting event. And as I welcome you, I want to share with you a reflection because as I said, and as you can look in your screen, we have different rooms, different locations. However, we're all gathered in this same cyberspace, which is something that I'm really grateful for because I am actually not in Newfoundland at the moment. And in this journey, in this presentation of the scripts, I have made a land acknowledgement throughout every night. And it has been a really interesting experience for myself because this is part of my common practice when it comes to doing an introduction for a public event. But the fact that I had to do one after the other for 3 nights in a row really got me thinking about like, what is it that I'm doing and what's the meaning behind it for me? And what is it that I want to communicate with others? So I really think that I had that enormous privilege to go in deep reflection about what is it that a land acknowledgement means to me. And again, I think that one of the things that I have been thinking about is this idea of me as an immigrant. I am originally from Mexico, and moving into Canada and not learning enough about the Indigenous peoples in my education was something that obviously now I'm trying to amend by educating myself, by supporting Indigenous peoples in their what would be the right word, in their continuous and ongoing protection of the land and natural resources. So I do this land acknowledgement because learning about Indigenous peoples in this land has made me reflect a lot about Indigenous peoples from my country, because my country was also colonized. And I don't want to perpetuate the thing that I know is wrong, that has caused a lot of harm. So I shared this reflection with you because I hope that you take away this and you start reflecting as well as you about your relationship to the community and to the Indigenous people, and to acknowledge that they were here before us, that they're currently here with us, and they will be here with us in the future. With that being said, I would like to start acknowledging Jipuktuk Mi'kmaqi, and this is colonially known as Halifax, Nova Scotia, as the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And this territory is covered by the Treaties of Peace and Friendship which Mi'kmaq, Wolastoqey, Maliseet, and Passamaquoddy's people first signed with the British Crown in 1726. Now, this treaty did not deal with the surrenders of land, but instead gave the title to these communities and established the rules of an ongoing relationship based in peace and friendship. And they say here in Mi'kmaqi that they are all treaty people, and that's why our relationship should be based on peace and friendship, as the treaty says. Now, because I have settled and I have decided to make Ukdahumkuk my home, I also want to acknowledge, and because the Nickel is based off St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, I want to acknowledge Ukdahumkuk, or colonially known as Newfoundland, as the unceded traditional territory of the Beothuk, whose culture has been lost forever and can never be recovered, and the Mi'kmaq people. I also would like to acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatukavut. And I want to acknowledge all those peoples who were here before us, the people that are currently with us, and the 7 generations that yet to come. And I think that in relationship to this event tonight, we are reading the work of writers, and we probably will understand that words have a lot of power, but there is nothing like action. So I want to invite you all to transform these reflections as well into actions, and to see how we can actually take care of the land, support Indigenous communities around us in our own community, organizations that are already doing this work. And as well, and I say this from my perspective as an artist, that I want to support and uplift Indigenous voices. So thank you very much, and I hope that you take something from this land acknowledgement tonight. I would like to talk briefly, very briefly, about TODOS Productions. TODOS Production is a theater company that seeks to develop, produce, support, and promote the work of underrepresented artists in our community. So that that would translate to Black, Indigenous, artists of color, 2S LGBTQIA+, artists, landed immigrants, as well as artists with different abilities within Newfoundland and Labrador. And I am really, really happy of the work that TODOS Productions is doing. At the moment, we're working on a project about immigrants and refugees in Newfoundland and Labrador, and we're trying to write a play about these experiences, because I think that theater allows us, and the arts, to mirror society. And I think that we have to do a better job at reflecting what our society looks like in our community. So a project like this is very, very exciting. This project is called Newfoundlanded. And tonight, I am very, very grateful to Devin and Elling from The Nickel, who invited me as TODOS Production, and gave me the opportunity to invite colleagues, friends, allies, people that I love, respect, admire, and that I wanted to have a good time with tonight. So I will be introducing, well, no, actually, I'm going to introduce myself. Well, no, I'm not going to introduce myself, but I'm going to pass the ball. And this is something that I said yesterday, that Zoom obviously takes away the personal interaction. And the closest thing that we have to this is to pass a ball. In theater games, we have this game where we pass the ball and we have to catch it. So that is the closest thing that we have now. So I'm going to pass the ball around so that the amazing performers that we have tonight can introduce themselves. So if you can just say your names, your pronouns, where are you, and what is it that you do? I am a playwright, an actor, director, producer, arts administrator, a big fan of Eastern Owl. They got a new song, by the way, really, really nice. Yes, really, really great song. I listened to it the other day. I loved it. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pass the ball to Nora Barker.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Gwe. Hello, Deloise Nora Barker. My name is Nora Barker. I am an Ilnu theater artist, actor, director, I'm in St. John's right now, and I'm currently the Artistic Associate for Resource Center for the Arts Theatre Company for the 2021 season. Thank you so much to the Nickel for putting on this super fun event. These 3 nights have been so much fun. Congrats to all the writers. It's been so fun exploring these worlds that you've created. It's so great to share the space with all of you. So thank you to the Nickel and thank you to TODOS for inviting me. I'm really looking forward to this last night. Thank you. So sorry. I'm going to pass it to Vanessa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Cardoso Weyland from Brazil. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. Thank you very much for listening to the scripts today. And thank you, Todos and Nico, for this opportunity. Thank you. I pass to Azul.
Thank you, Vanessa. Hi, everyone. My name is Azul Dosanjh. My pronouns are he and him. I'm originally from Chandigarh, India, but now I'm residing in St. John's, Newfoundland. And primarily, I'm a theater director, but I also work in producing and in acting and writing, whatever I can get my hands on. I just love theater. Thank you so much to Nicole for organizing this. We have been having a lot of fun reading these scripts, and hopefully you will enjoy the scripts we have to read tonight. And I have a bad haircut, that's why I'm wearing a hat. Okay, I'm passing it on to Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie. My pronouns are they, them. I'm in Cornerbrook and I'm currently a theater student at Grenfell. And I'm also really enjoying all the plays and I hope you have a good time tonight.
Hi, I'm Renee Hackett. My pronouns are she and her. I'm in St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm a writer, actor, producer, director. And like everyone said, it's been a fantastic few nights. It's been such a treat, such a pleasure to read all these scripts. It's been lovely, and reading with you guys has been great. And thank you to Santi and Todos and to Nicole for having me. It's been great.
It's been an amazing time. I concur with each one of you. This opportunity has been really great to play around with very, very beautiful scripts. So thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get rolling and read the first script. So I'm gonna wait for the performers to take out their scripts. And whenever you're ready, please give me a thumbs up. Fabulous. Excellent. Okay, so take it away, Nora.
Okay. This is Sleepy Dog by Mimi Stockland. Exterior day pet salon. The gravel parking lot of a pet grooming business on a rural road somewhere in a small town in the Maritimes. There is one dusty car parked outside. A middle-aged man, Tony, gets out of it. He gets a fanny pack from the passenger seat and belts it onto his waist. From the way he stands and looks at it, it's clear that he's the owner of this business. He starts to walk up the steps, then stops to inspect a small box mounted on a wooden post. It has a picture of a pooping dog on it. It's empty. Tony opens the door and goes inside. Interior, day, pet salon. Mary, a woman in her 40s, is blow drying a very fluffy, small dog. The radio is playing loudly.
Mary, what do I tell you 10 times a day?
What?
No more poop bags outside. Don't I always tell you to refill them poop bags? You think the customers want to slip on some shit first thing they come in? Please, Louise, 10 times a day I'm telling you this, that, and the other thing.
Mary continues blow drying the dog, not making an effort to hear him.
If they come up that ramp and slip on some really slippery shit and break their legs, guess who they're gonna blame? My insurance is already through the roof.
Tony walks past her to an adjourning office and closes the door. Mary leaves the dog tied up to the grooming table and gives him a quick pat and a squeaky toy while she prepares to do her regular break time routine. She takes out a bag of weed and starts to roll a very large marijuana cigarette on another washing table. Interior, day, office. Tony takes out some paper bills of the fanny pack and starts counting out some money onto a desk. He opens a drawer and takes out another large stack of money with a rubber band around it. He counts under his breath, making several neat stacks of $100 bills, arranging them just so.
When the wheel went round and round, way up in the middle of the air.
Interior day pet salon. Patience has come to collect her freshly groomed dog. She is holding it on a leash and feeding it treats while she chats with Mary. She and Mary are in the middle of a conversation. Mary is smoking her huge joint near the open door at the back of the grooming parlor while chatting to her customer.
I got it set near the credenza that Howard gave me for Silver Jubilee back in '93. That one that Kathleen put the big scratch into with her high heel. Now we just come back walking. She tries to jump up on the Chesterfield with her paws all muddy. I said to her, "Get down now, Pipsy." She just sat there looking at me. Poor old girl's gone deaf. Made me sad.
Now my Igor is getting his new growth right underneath his chin fold. It looks bigger than the last one that was on the neck. I noticed it last Thursday night. That's usually when I'm cleaning out his folds when I got my shows on and everything. And I get the wet wipes out. Of course, I'm keeping an eye on it just in case.
My oldest one now. She's going on 22 this year. Can't hold in her business too well now, but I just can't face letting her go. No, not just yet anyway.
Dear, no matter how many he has in your life, it doesn't get any easier, does it? Seeing him decline like that?
No, my dear, it certainly does not.
They both look out the window of the grooming salon, observe Tony, who is now outside, moving gravel around with his foot and doing busy work that only he understands. Interior, exterior, night, moving car / laundromat. Tony is driving down a deserted road outside a small town. He pulls up to a dimly lit parking lot. Carrying a light duffel bag, he walks across the parking lot. He goes up to a place with a sign reading laundromat. The lights are on inside, but the door is locked. He taps lightly on the grime-streaked glass window. An older, heavy-set man, Bruce, walks through the laundromat to unlock the door and let Tony inside. Interior, night, laundromat.
Tony, how are ya?
Hey, Bruce.
They shake hands and start to go in for an awkward hug, but pull back at the last second.
You got the money? Cash?
Yeah, it's here.
He hands him the duffel bag.
Great. I'll go pick up that mixing board on Tuesday.
He unzips the bag and looks inside, sizing up its contents.
This should cover it. Ron says he doesn't need the loaner back until Thursday. Once I get that wire transfer from my those special accounts, I'll pay you back. Shouldn't be too long. I got Donderdale looking after it.
Don't sweat it, Bruce. Yeah, I talked to the guy at the audio shop. He's resoldering a couple of connections, but he says it should be okay in a couple of days.
Good. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again, Tony. It's a damn good thing we've got this great community of independent podcasters around here.
I agree with you, Bruce. I'm so glad that in this town we live in, we are able to access a supportive network of like-minded folks who are all really interested in making relaxation podcasts.
I am also glad. It was one of the reasons I moved here and opened this thriving business and the reasonable property taxes.
Yes, how could I forget them?
We are taxpayers. Never forget it.
Taxpayers together.
Okay, you ready to do this?
You betcha.
Let's go. I got it all set up.
They go into the next room. There's a table, a laptop, 2 microphones, a mixing board, and 2 headphone sets. They sit down and start setting up the recording session. Cut to, some relaxing music is playing. Both of the men have their eyes closed. The lights are dim, a diffuser glows and puffs out a steam flute into the air.
Think of yourself on the edge of the ocean at sunset. The sun reflects off the surface of the water.
I see myself there. Seagulls. Sand. Sailboats.
Suddenly, a loud crash is heard from beyond the doors. The 2 men look at each other. They are both too grizzled and experienced to be truly alarmed, but instead they show a mild curiosity. They reluctantly pause their recording session and hurry out to see what's going on. Interior, exterior, night, laundromat / parking lot. The men arrive in the main room of the laundromat to see a broken window, and in the parking lot some distance away, an SUV is idling. A couple is sitting inside. We see the woman's permed hairdo illuminating like a halo around her head, but their faces are in shadow. The SUV squeals its tires and pulls away as the two men approach the broken window. There's a brick with a piece of paper wrapped around it lying on the ground. Bruce steps forward, picks it up, and unfolds the paper. He shows Tony the note. It reads, "We are the most relaxing podcast in town. So, watch your backs, insomniacs." The end.
Oh my God, that was so hard not to laugh. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good job. Okay, so let's read the next script. So the actors, please give me a thumbs up whenever you are ready. Excellent. Okay, so let's get on with it. This is called, just one second. Awesome. The Temple of the Suns by Jaden Gigliotti. A dark night, the Temple of Suns.
You see the sun, the one true sun. Here among us, we have the temple of the sun. That one in which you see. To enter this temple, one must pass through the gates of Ray and walk down the path of stones to the large wooden doors. There, you'll be greeted by a guard or two or more. Once inside, you find yourself in a wheel of art, of the artifacts of the mystery. Do not be too surprised, whatever, to find yourself wondering what exactly the Temple of Suns is. Who and what is it for? You may ask. I would advise you don't.
Palliser and Brokovich near the temple's gate. There they find a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper stands tall, cloaked, and seemingly unarmored, or so it seems.
Good day.
We're here to meet the one called Rev. We have this notice.
Brokovich holds up the folded and turned notice paper.
Good day.
May we enter?
All may enter. That is never a question. Do you know why you are here? For that is a greater question.
We don't.
We're unsure where the notice came from. It was given to us by a young girl. She told us our attendance is critical.
I am an archaeologist.
As for me, I'm a solar physicist. This temple here, I've never heard of it before.
Not many have.
I mainly study helioseismology. Do you know what that is?
I do. Perhaps that is the reason you are here.
We figured it had something to do with our professions. Is there anything you can tell us before going further?
I have no further information for you. Only that the temple's door is that way.
So we just go.
Yes.
Do we just ask for Rev?
If that is what it says.
Not much has been said.
Listen, this temple does not call on just anyone. You have been ordered to visit. This visit is not to be taken lightly. If you proceed down this path, you will be asked many hard questions. Do not pass through this gate if you are not up for what is being called.
We don't know what has been called.
Pallister, read it again.
We have read it plenty. There is no further information.
Read it again. We read it at hand when given, but we have not read it here at the gate.
Palliser unfolds the notice and begins to read it.
Anything?
Wait,
What?
get my notebook.
Brokovich reaches into Palliser's bag and pulls out his notebook. He hands it to him.
What is it?
The symbol. It was not there before. There were no symbols on this page.
It's a solar symbol.
Yes, but of what origin and meaning?
It's more reason than instinct.
Look, the small print near the signature, it's a moon sign.
The moon symbol of feeling. The moon is more connected to feelings than the sun. The sun symbol shown is about the present, not the past, and not necessarily the future.
Rev. What is Rev about? Why in the signature of this name?
Is Rev a person?
Rev is the temple's authority figure. A Rev has been in control of this temple for centuries.
So it's a passed down authority. Where do they come from?
Raised by the sun, for the sun. Destined for this temple, Revs are.
And for you?
How did you obtain your position? Or was it given?
I merely adopted it.
Alistair looks at Brokevich, unsure of what to say. He examines the notice yet again.
Pastor, this keeper can't answer our questions. We must enter.
The gate.
What about it?
The wording above the gate has shifted. The rays of the sun have changed.
I didn't notice them before.
Listen here, we need to know before going any further. What is in store behind this gate? What are you not telling us?
Pallister.
I do not answer to people of such questioning. Go away or go further. That is all I have for you. The sun spins for no one, nor will it shine on one alone.
This is pointless.
The girl. Think. What exactly did she tell us?
She came swiftly towards us, almost in a hurry, and said, "Take this."
No, she said something after that. That something or someone was near or coming or something like that. What was it?
She said, "Take this." And when you were reaching out, she kept looking behind her. There was an odd figure standing by that one cart. You know, the one with the necklaces and rings.
She said something. What was it?
I can remember. Gate person, keeper, whatever you are, tell us, how many visitors come to this place?
Visitors do not come here. Guests and people of the sun come here.
What's the difference between visitors and guests?
Well, you see, visitors come on their own, usually, like to a tourist destination. There are no tourists here. Meanwhile, guests are welcomed, and welcomed guests you two are. That notice tells me so.
So we must go through. Find what's behind this.
You, sir, are useless.
Excuse us. We are going to be on our way.
Indeed. Down the path you will find the entrance. Have a good stay.
Pallister and Brokevich walk through the gate past the gatekeeper. Pallister looks behind them, noting the gate, and Brokevich looks onward.
Have a good stay. We are not staying, we are simply coming and going.
Do you feel that?
Feel what?
The temperature. It got increasingly warmer.
You're kidding. I don't feel anything different.
Must be the denser vegetation giving off more of a humid breeze. It is warmer.
If you say so. Listen, we are in and out. I am not getting good vibes from this at all. That gatekeeper, this place, none of it. Understand?
This any more than you do, but perhaps there's something here. Perhaps we're here for something. There's got to be a reason.
Right. Just like how the sun is more reason, less instinct. So let's not trust my gut or instinct right now.
Exactly.
It's the tone in my voice. I would rather listen to my instinct.
And I would rather reason.
They continue walking down the old stone path. Brokevich notices the first sign of a structure.
Look, do you see it?
It's older than I imagined.
Is someone standing there?
Looks like it.
The two slowly approach what is now the steps of the door of the temple. Hello?
Hello, we've been given a notice.
Signed by the Rev.
Ah, yes. The Rev spoke of two attendees today.
Attendees. Not guests?
And guests. Welcome to the Temple of Sun.
Thanks.
The guard opens the door. Brokevich and Palliser enter through the door. It's dark inside. Artifacts cover the room from wall to wall. There's a large turntable at the center with a sculpture of a sun. At the end of the room, a spiraling staircase that goes up on both sides of the room. They stand there. a figure approaches from one corner.
The sun, or should I say the rays from the sun of our universe, called you today. Thank you for listening to my daughter.
Take it you are the one who called us today?
Revisit.
I did not call you today, for I just told you who did. Indeed, however, I am Rev, the Rev of the temple. I hope the keeper and guard were kind to you on your journey here.
We'd like to get to reason.
We are doing work, a study near this temple. Is that what this is about?
A study. They mentioned you were people of the books. May I ask, why now?
Excuse me?
I find us a tad confused. What do you mean, why now?
Excuse me. The sun has been beating on you for too long. Heat exhaustion, it must be.
Huh?
Time to wake up. Get on with your day. The water is calling.
Pallister, wake up. Hey.
Pallister slowly awakens. He had fallen ill from the sun while observing artifacts on site. The two are no longer inside a temple, but instead at a dig site of an old ruined one.
What happened?
Passed out. Too much sun. Here, take this. Drink up.
Wow, that was weird.
You scared me. I looked over and you just dropped. You scared the heck out of me.
We were at this weird temple, something about the sun.
You know where we are, right?
We are at a dig site, yeah?
Yeah. The Temple of the Suns.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So let's move on to our next script, please.
Yes, and while everyone prepares for that script, I'm just gonna pop in a little administrator moment. Just want to let our audience know that this next script has a moment where a character says some rather bigoted things about trans women and then also about the Black Lives Matter movement. So if that's something that you would find stressful or upsetting, we just wanted to give you a heads up about that. I'd recommend turning the stream off for a couple minutes and then coming back once we're done. But that's all I wanted to say, and I will disappear again. Goodbye.
Thank you, Devin. Okay, so if the performers are ready, take it away.
The Good Listener, written by Bruce Harris. Black scream, splut and a flurry of bubbles. Then the dull ebbing and flowing of underwater sounds. Through murky water, a man's body sinks. Filled the frame. Close on a hand, and the loose cuff of a white cotton work shirt gently obey the motions of the water. Then a black work shoe, its untied laces bobbing about. From above, a blinding light flares up to fill a screen as the sounds dissipate. Intern, hospital room, night. A repetitive ventilator suck clicks in the corner. A male patient, 40s, with closed eyes and an expressionless face is lying in the bed. Beside him, a doctor, and one of the other side of the bed is the patient's wife, 40s. She's dragged a chair close to grasps at her husband's hand.
But it's not unheard of either. It's what we call a state of akinectic mutism, where the patient lacks the ability to move or speak. We'll know more when we get the results. We'll keep you informed.
Thanks, doctor.
The doctor nods, then slips past the patients, warns out mother, 70s, who explodes into the room.
They know anything new?
In a couple of days. Apparently there have been cases where the patient hears everything and some that haven't.
The wife offers the chair to her mother-in-law.
I have to get back to work.
Without looking back, she's gone. The mother settles into the chair and sits staring at the motionless child.
I phoned your sister. We'll see if she arrives. I don't know what went wrong with you two.
Intern, hospital room, day. Close on a Conception's humming air conditioner below the window. It still pumps out cool air that makes the blinds dance and clicks together in the lazy afternoon sunlight. Intern hospital room day. The patient's sister, late 30s, bursts in and dumps her suitcase. She takes a deep breath and collects herself.
Renee, that's you.
I'm so sorry. She didn't realize the cost of the flights back because she's never worked a day in her life.
The brother-in-law, late 30s, stumbles in with the rest of the luggage, then rovers in the corner.
It's not like she's visited me and the kids in the last 5 years. Not that I want her to anyway.
The sister's phone rings.
Work. I'm slammed at the moment and the time difference is going to kill me.
She scurries out to the room. The brother-in-law is left to desperate feel the walking silence.
Never were one for words for you.
He laughs at his own joke. Bored already, he struggles with the TV, finds a new station.
Been following the news? Of course you haven't. What can I say? Black Lives Matter, this liberal bullshit, that LGBT, whatever. Trans athletes, my God. No one can explain that to me. Not that anyone watches women's sports. But it's the principle, you know?
He kills the TV.
I work with idiots, really.
She gathers her bags.
I have to send some mails. We'll come back tomorrow if we can. Is it cool I borrow your car?
He's not using it.
The sister scolds her husband with a look and storms out. The husband struggles innocently and follows her. Intern hospital room night. Raindrops irradiately pinter and punter against the window and slide downwards in the pattern of least resistance. Intern hospital room night. Nurse 1 is doing her round, takes the time to check on him.
No one to come to see you today? You see the best and the worst people in this place. I'll check on you tomorrow.
She dims the lights and gently closes the door. Begin montage of different people sit in the chair beside the hospital bed. We get snatches of their conversations.
What a day. Ever watched Embarrassing Bodies? It's it's this British show. Man, the comments on YouTube. But it's another thing when it's right in your face. When you have to touch them.
Just once. I mean, there are some beautiful women in the parish, but her breasts like apples in the Garden of Eden. Everyone comes to me for help. Who do I talk to? Lord knows.
Mr. Landry would have come himself, but you know how it is. We've had to find a temp to cover you. Mr. Landry is always complaining about the extra
money I lent you. I know it's probably not the right time to be asking. But if I don't ever give her what she wants, she'll ruin me. So this is hopeless.
End montage. Intern hospital room day. A team of nurses works together like synchronized swimmers to shave his face, cut his hair, clip his nails, and stretch his muscles. One of the nurses disposes of the death flowers the wife had brought and leave for a moment, but returns with the flowers from the nurse's station. Intern hospital room night. Flashing red lights from a ambulance outside pulse like a light show nightclub. All that's missing is the music. Intern hospital hallway day. The wife and mother approach the patient's room, but find the door closed. Puzzled, the wife reaches to the handle, but she's stopped by another one.
Sorry, I've been told not to let anyone else in.
Well, we were told that he'd woken.
Oh, he has. They're with him now.
The priest arrives at their sides.
Who's in there with him?
Well, you see, he woke up and wanted to speak with his lawyer.
Lawyer?
Something about his will? I'm not really sure. Really. I'm sorry.
The mother bursts into tears. The door opens and they look up expectantly. The lawyer bows head, pops out and looks about. Nurse, he's asking for you. Surprised, nurse one walks in and closes the door behind her. The man of a similar age appears from nowhere.
I came as fast as I could. What's going on?
The mother bursts into tears again. The wife consoles her and motions for them to go take a seat. The priest takes a sip from his hip flask and ambles away. Man of a similar age is left staring at the door, trying to put it all together. The end.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next script, please. So I'll let the actors get ready, and whenever you are, take it away. Renee?
The New York Flip by Allison Mora Kelly. Interior Denny's, 5 a.m., a bright sun is rising. Close up on the back of a man's head. We're here long enough to realize what we're looking at when a hash brown hits him. It falls to the seat next to him. He picks it up and places it on a napkin without bothering to turn around. He returns to his newspaper. A moment passes when thwack, he's hit with another. He turns around to examine the restaurant. It's empty except for an employee wiping down a table and a girl in a Denny's uniform sitting a few booths away. She's curled up in her booth with a coffee and a crossword, paying no attention to him. He considers saying something to her, but goes back to his cell phone, pondering a text that says, "It's all over, Loyola." A moment passes, and again, he's pelted with a hash brown. Irritated, he turns around to find the booth behind him is now empty.
Name some songs by Queen.
Lucy is seated opposite Loyola. She has frightened the shit out of him.
Jesus Christ.
Start listing. Come on, list them.
Bicycle,
No, more famous.
Bohemian.
Rhapsody, nope, tried it. Come on, like famous ones.
We are the champ.
Ah, yes, we are the champions. That's it. You are the champion, my friend.
She slots the song title into her crossword. She takes a bite of the apple flip on Loyola's plate.
Glad I could help.
Great. I have one more favor to ask. You've got a dad van, right?
A dad.
I need a ride, like ASAP. Go wait in the van.
No, I can't. I'm not. I won't. I mean, I shan't be doing that.
You shan't?
What is happening here? There is no way I'm giving a ride to a complete stranger. No. Goodbye.
Jump cut, interior Liola's dad van, early morning sunshine. Liola and Lucy are in the van. Lucy is dressed in a Brinks security uniform.
Okay, great. Drive.
Where are we going?
Downtown.
What's with this shirt?
Ooh, I had your curiosity, but now I have your attention.
Is that Leo?
Leo? You're on a nickname basis with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Okay, just be quiet, would you? That's what people call him. Where downtown do you need me to drop you off?
I need you to bring me to the Scotiabank building, and I need you to put this on. Now.
She holds out a Brinks uniform perfectly sized for Liola.
What is that? I don't work for Brinks.
Lucy smiles.
No. No way. No fucking.
Jump to interior Liola's dad van, early morning. Liola is fully decked out in the uniform.
You look cute. Okay, so when we arrive at the Scotiabank, the building, we'll park the van in the parking garage. I need you to stand on guard outside the Brinks van while I go into the bank. And you'll need this.
Lucy holds up a large crowbar.
What the fuck? I'm not doing this. Please, no.
Jump cut to exterior by the Brinks van, day. It is happy, sunny day downtown. Liola stands outside the bank in his uniform. He holds the crowbar. He is visibly uncomfortable. Lucy approaches him casually.
Okay, I'm going in. I'll be back out in 5-10. I'll need to drive this van back to your dadmobile. You cool?
No, I'm not cool.
You want to get caught?
God, I'm not doing anything.
You're disguised as Brinks security, helping to facilitate a bank robbery? I'd call that something.
Liola is dumbfounded. Lucy begins to walk into the bank. Before she opens the door, she turns back to Liola.
I'm proud of you, babe.
Jump cut to exterior Brinks van, day. Liola is sweating buckets. He is super on edge. He doesn't notice Lucy behind him.
Hey.
Liola jumps. She's frightened the shit out of him again. She proudly carries a large bag with dollar signs on it. As she throws it into the back of the van, we jump cut to interior Brinks van, day. Liola and Lucy are in the van. Liola in the driver's seat, Lucy in the passenger.
You gotta drive, bud. This is making us look real suspicious.
Where are the actual Brinks people?
Huh? Oh, never mind. Come on.
Liola knows there's no other option. He reluctantly turns the van on. Lucy,
Dad, here we go.
Cut to interior parking garage, day. The two stand outside Liola's van. Lucy has the bag over her shoulder.
Well, partner, nice knowing you.
She raises her hand to high five Liola. He doesn't know why, but he lets it happen. As he lowers his hand, he realizes he is holding a wad of cash, thousands. Lucy, wearing her Denny's outfit, is halfway across the parking lot now. She yells over her shoulder.
Get out of that silly outfit, Liola.
He looks down to see he is wearing his outfit from earlier, and he looks back up. Jump cut to interior Denny's, sunny morning. Liola is sitting in his booth at Denny's. He looks around. An employee is wiping down a table. A woman in a Denny's uniform is doing a crossword a few booths away. It's not Lucy. He looks down at the newspaper. Close up on a full-page spread with a large photo of him, with the headline, "Local Ponzi Schemer Busted." Next to the newspaper is hash brown sitting on a napkin. The end.
Great job, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's move on to the next script. So if my readers are ready, just give me a thumbs up. Perfect. Awesome. Good. Perfection. Okay, so take it away, Renee.
The Old Man, written by Michael Piers and Yasmin Maishak. Fade in, interior bar lounge, night. Jacob, Scott, and Maria are drinking at a table in the corner of a dark lit bar as old-time Celtic music plays in the background. The walls are covered with archival photos of ships and maritime history, along with random knickknacks collected by longtime patrons.
Let's head out after we finish these to make sure that we get there early enough to get seats close to the stage.
Jacob indicates for the bill to the bartender.
You see that guy over there?
Scott points to a booth in the back corner where an old man is sitting by himself, drinking a tall pint. His hair and beard are disheveled, and he's wearing a worn-out knitted gray sweater and rubber boots, as if he came straight off a fishing boat.
That guy is hilarious. He's always in here telling the craziest stories. Last week, he sat down with us and started talking about some dog-sized rabbit he snared last year.
Beat.
I'm going to call him over. Hey, old man, come over here for a second.
The old man looks around and realizes they are talking to him. His eyes light up. He grabs his drink from the table and lumbers over.
How are you getting on?
Scott and Maria are genuinely happy to talk to him, but Jacob seems less impressed.
Pretty good, pretty good. What have you been up to tonight?
Not too much, buddy. Just meeting some fine folks and enjoying a drink or two.
Scott turns to his friends.
Just telling my friends here that you've got the most unbelievable stories. Tell them about the rabbit you got last year, or that trophy bull.
Come on, lad. No need repeating stories. You've already heard.
The old man pulls out a chair from the table and grabs a seat. He leans in slowly towards the three of them.
Have I ever told you about the fish I landed back when I was a young lad?
The man pauses. Scott shakes his head.
Well, let me tell you, this thing was easily the biggest fish ever pulled out of these waters.
Exterior, rocky shore day.
It was July 20th, 1951. I was only 12 years old at the time and fishing with my pappy's new caster at the point north of town.
A young boy sits on a large rock fishing from shore with an old school beach caster. It must be 12 feet long, at least 3 times his size. He reels in his line, seeming tired and defeated, as if he has been fishing for hours in the rainy weather with no luck. He recasts his homemade lure, a rusty old fork, and waits. Suddenly, the rod bends in half and nearly breaks, pulling him onto his feet. The young boy struggles to keep his footing as he's thrown side to side from the strength of whatever he snagged. He works continuously, reeling in his line, losing reel fast, reeling in again. After what feels like an eternity, everything is still. The young boy steps closer and looks into the water as he reels in the rest of his line. Sunlight shining through a small break in the clouds reveals a massive brown object just below the surface. A dorsal fin breaches the water, unveiling a fish the size of a small car.
It was a beauty. Must have been 500 pounds at least. Never saw the likes of it.
Interior bar lounge night.
A few of the local kids helped me bring it home. Took us 2 full days to clean the beast.
The old man is buzzing with excitement and takes a large drink from his mug. Scott and Maria are hooked into his story, but Jacob is less impressed.
That's amazing. I bet it tasted good.
Indeed, my darling. Filled nearly 5 freezers. Took us years to get through it. Still have fish cakes to this day.
That's one tall old man.
The old man abruptly shifts forward in his seat.
It's no tale, it's the truth. You figure me for a liar?
Jacob continues to look unimpressed.
That fish was the talk of town. Mayor Muse wanted the skull featured on a float at the Santa Claus parade.
Well, why wasn't it then?
The old man leans back in his chair, rather deflated.
We had already tossed it. My parents complained about the smell.
Any photos?
Do you think we could afford a camera back then?
Sensing the growing tension, Maria steers the conversation elsewhere.
Well, we better get going. The band is going to start soon. We don't want to be late.
The three of them prepare to exit the bar. Scott pats the old man on the back as he leaves the table.
It's a great story. My parents are always talking about fishing stories from their day.
After they leave, the old man waits briefly at the table and gathers his thoughts. Beer in hand, he ambles over to another table in the bar and begins telling another story.
How are you getting on, lads?
Exterior street later that night. The old man leaves the bar and slowly walks down the street, showing his age. He turns toward a tiny, bright red house. He lifts up the corner of a gone fishing mat and grabs a key from under it. Interior hallway, bedroom night. The old man takes off his coat and boots and heads up the stairs to his bedroom. The walls are covered with pictures of a younger couple in beautiful scenic landscapes from all over the world. In one photo, the man is standing beside what looks like antlers, taller than he is. The old man crawls into bed and turns off the lights. Night passes. Interior bedroom, basement, kitchen, morning. The old man slowly gets out of bed, puts on a blue knitted sweater, and heads downstairs to the kitchen. He puts 3 eggs in a pot of boiling water and fills a rusty old kettle for coffee. He goes down another set of stairs into an unfinished basement and opens up one of several old chest freezers. The freezer is nearly empty, with only 2 large pails labeled Rabbit Stew 1410-2019. He opens the next freezer. It is a quarter full, packed with old bags, each labeled with tape. He reaches into the freezer, grabs one, and heads back upstairs to the kitchen. He takes a bowl from the cupboard and fills it with cold water. He pulls out 2 badly freezer-burned objects from the bag and places them in the water to defrost. He tosses the empty bag on the counter labeled Cakes 22-7-51 and makes his cup of coffee. Fade to black.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Great. Let's move on to our next script, please. So please, Hazel, whenever you are ready, take it away.
There's this girl, written by Romy Robinson. Interior/exterior car evening. After a long day of work, Amy, 21, gets into the car operated by her mother, Kate, 48, who then begins to drive off.
How was work?
Good.
Did you see anyone you knew today?
No, not really.
Really? Because I just heard from Aunt Samantha. She said she saw you at work.
Oh, this day was honestly such a blur, so I might have forgotten.
Amy wistfully stares out the window of the car.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
There's this girl. There's this girl who I work with, and I like her a lot.
Have you talked to her?
Yeah, it turns out we have compatible interests and stuff. We both have Tumblrs even, and now we follow each other.
All right.
I even told her about my plans to be a YouTuber and do stuff like rank all the Marvel movies or review this anime movie I like. She was really supportive of me.
Really?
Yeah, even though I'm probably gonna slack off on that and then try to pursue another career.
What are you trying to say?
Would you still like me if I said that I liked girls?
Kate thinks for a moment.
Sure.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I don't have any real problem with it.
Yeah. Thanks. It's nice to see you care. In a good way.
Thanks.
Amy opens up the notebook app on her phone and types. I almost expected the exchange to be a bit more heartfelt. Kate notices Amy typing on her phone.
What are you looking up?
Oh, nothing. Just my journal. You shouldn't be asking me about my journal, remember?
Okay. I'll leave it to you then.
Amy types one more sentence into the app, then she gives up on it, puts her phone back in her pocket, and resumes staring out the window. The end.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Excellent. Let's move on to our second last script for the night. So if the actors can give me a heads up whenever you're ready. Excellent. Nora, take it away.
Okay. Training by Andrew Musgrave. Interior living room night. Marie, Raj, Joe, and Alexandra are sitting in front of a TV which seems to be broadcasting some sort of large celebration. The four of them have beers.
How much time is left?
Another few minutes.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Why so excited, Joe?
I've got my resolution ready.
The three others collectively roll their eyes.
No, I'm serious this time.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Your resolution is to make it 2 months before canceling your new gym membership.
No, it doesn't involve the gym at all. Have you seen that video of the woman who did a sketch a day for 365 days?
I think I saw that one.
What was it?
She did a sketch a day for 365 days.
Thanks, I got that part.
The important bit is she gave herself permission to stink. She didn't care. It was just important to get a sketch done. The first ones were terrible, but by the end, they were almost photorealistic.
I saw that video too. Didn't she exclusively do nude portraits?
Well, now we know what got Joe's attention.
Haha, well, I've signed up for the art classes. Still life art classes. They start mid-January and I'm going to do what she did. No stress. I'm going to let myself be terrible.
Well, I have every confidence in your ability to be terrible.
Love all you want, but that's the problem with the resolutions. We see it as a sprint instead of a marathon.
You know.
Oh, don't tell me you're considering it too.
Well, there was somebody on Facebook who started doing weight training, and she did something similar, really similar. She joined a gym, started with the smallest weights she could, very few reps, and just made tiny improvements every day.
You're going to start weightlifting.
Well, I wasn't, but I could do what she did. The first day, she just went to the gym, changed into her clothes, went inside, literally pick up the 2 pounds weight and did a single curl and on each arm, then left. It took like 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm sure you could pull that off.
Well, the trick is she did it same way Joy wants to. She added an extra curl every day. Then she started doing it with more weight. I'm sure she looked like an idiot at first, but in like 4 months, her arms were amazing.
So you are going to join a gym?
You know, I think I might.
Go online and do it right now.
Screw it.
She gets up and goes to the computer.
What about you, Raj?
Well, I didn't want to say.
Why not?
Sometimes when you plan something, it's better to just do it than to talk about it. But I was hoping to get better at public speaking. So
Toastmasters.
Raj nods, gestures in a "you got me" sort of way.
They still do that at the bar downtown?
Hey, I hear booze is a great way to get over your stage fright.
Finished.
Psyched?
Kind of. What about you, Alex?
Me? Ha! Oh, I got a brutal training regimen plan. I'm going to watch the hell out of Netflix.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best at it.
There isn't all that much on Netflix, you know.
Not a problem. Part of my training is going to be rewatching stuff. I'll have entire shows memorized.
And how will you measure success?
Well, I can measure the impression that my butt makes on the couch.
You're going to depth.
I think maybe a combination of depth and circumference.
Knock it off.
No, really. I won't even cook. DoorDash, baby.
And the bathroom breaks.
Still make adult diapers, don't they?
What about work?
What about it?
Well, how are you going to fund your TV and food and diapers?
I'll figure it out.
Whatever. Here's the thing. How do we know that even if we do this, that we won't lose interest like people always do with resolutions?
We could make it interesting.
Like, if you miss a class, you lose?
Or if you miss a trip to the gym, or if you miss the Toastmaster?
What about her?
There's no way she's going to be able to just watch TV every day without going crazy.
Oh, really? $50?
Easy money.
I could do 50, Joy.
I'm game.
Hey, it's time. It's time.
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year!
Year!
They clink their beers together in a celebratory manner.
You know what? I'm really looking forward to 2020.
Oh my God. Too soon? Too soon? I don't know. Oh my God. Thank you, everyone. Okay, friends, we're coming to the end of our beautiful reading night. So I think we should just jump right to it. So Vanessa, take it away whenever you're ready.
Where Dreams Fall, written by Naomi Russell. Scene opens in a coffee with outdated decor, overlooking the coast. Faint music from a AM radio in another room can be heard. The view of the coast through the window reveals a dark cloud and raging sea. At the corner table, Ferdinand sits alone, reading the interpretation of dreams by Freud, with a lit cigarette. At the other end of the table, Fernanda sits alone. She's unspooling film from a VHS tape. The waiters approach Fernanda.
What can I get for you?
Mango tea, black.
What are you doing with that tape? Films are an art, you know.
Yes, but it's not a film, just pieces from a journey. I've already dreamed and redreamed its contents, so the hard copy is useless now. I'll just take the tea, please.
The waiter scrolls and leaves. Fernanda returns and dismantles her tape. In another room, the sounds of tea kettle whistling can be heard. Ferdinand has overheard the conversations and is intrigued. He looks up from his book.
You dreamed the contents?
Fernanda looks up.
Yes, are you familiar with the process?
No, but there's an empty seat if you'd care to enlighten me.
Well, it will be my company in exchange for putting out the cigarette.
Fair enough. Join me?
The waiters deliver Fernanda's tea and exit. Fernanda walks to Ferdinand's table to join him.
A good conversation is too enticing to resist for someone like me.
Someone like you?
A traveler.
A traveler. I've never met one before. They call you the scrapbooks of the human experience. Tell me about dreams. Where do they fall?
People dream when they sleep. I can dream in my preconscious while I'm awake. I've trained my dreams to occur closer to the surface of consciousness. I see you like Freud.
I'm learning. So you're a daydreamer?
If you mean daydreaming about boys and being rich, then no. One day I'll be able to dream and be fully conscious at once. Like daydreaming, only the dreams are more real. Then I will be a true traveler and artist, to be simultaneously asleep and awake.
So what does the tape have to do with that? Travelers have the eye. You have the eye, don't you?
Yes, travelers record what they see with the eye, watch it play while dreaming, and redream it to keep it. Once we redream it, we destroy our tapes and the dream becomes identity. The hardest part is the unresolved dreams. A telodream has an ending. It remains unfinished and beneath the surface of consciousness. As for my traveler's eye, it's overdue for an upgrade.
So why become one at all? What purpose drives you to record and to dream and redream?
What drives you to learn about Freud and pick my brains about traveling? Knowledge, a higher self. Isn't that what drives the best of us? Where do your dreams fall?
Only when I sleep.
What do you dream about?
My mother died when I was young. I never knew my father. I like to imagine who he was. We lived on the coast in an open field. I remember she held my face in her hands. "You're a good boy," she said, and left walking through the field and towards the sea. I watched until she disappeared. She left the kettle boiling. I can still hear the screeching in my ears when I'm awake.
It still troubles you now.
Well, I was alone for days before someone found me. And she was found dead the same day.
Are there other dreams?
This phrase constantly makes an appearance in my days and nights. There are no facts, only interpretations. I can't figure out why I keep seeing it and what it means. Those words belong to someone else. It's as if it's been scratched into my memory.
Fernanda sighs in death.
What is it?
I failed again. Damn it, I thought I had it this time.
Had what?
We're at the crossroads again, Ferdinand. That's why I failed. You won't believe me, but we've met before and you just don't remember.
I've never met you and I didn't tell you my name. What's going on?
She reveals a phrase scratched into her arms to Ferdinand that reads, "There are no facts, only interpretations." Ferdinand turns pale.
The phrase you see is Nietzsche, and it means more to you and I than you'll ever know. Thousands of times we've played out this scenario. I talk to the waiter, order a mango tea, and unspool the tape. You are reading Freud and you become intrigued by me, so we discuss dreams. Every time you tell me about the phrase and the dream ends and I start over. If only you could forget that phrase, the dream will end. I've tried everything.
Are you saying all of this isn't real? This has happened before? Am I real?
It's all a dream, Ferdinand. Reality is an interpretation based on perspective. Your memories and dreams are not your own.
If they're not mine, then whose memories are they?
They're mine.
I know what I remember. I don't want to hear any more of this. Go and drink your tea somewhere else.
Whether I drink my tea here or there, the dream will always end the same. It's a dead end. I have to repeat it until the dream is resolved.
How many times have we had this conversation?
Hundreds of times this way, with slight variations to our actions and words. Thousands of times in other ways completely. My name is Fernanda, like Ferdinand. Does it make sense to you now?
Tell me I'm not some figment of your imagination. This must be a nightmare. I need to wake up.
I'm the one who needs to wake up. You'll forget whatever I say to you. This dream always resets around now.
Maybe this time I'll remember. What is real?
Not all questions have answers. Your thirst for knowledge mirrors my own. I'll meet you again soon.
Please don't leave me. I need to know the truth.
There are no facts, only interpretations.
The waiter somberly approaches the table. As he takes the teacup, he notices a cigarette butt.
Ferdinand, smoking will kill you someday.
The waiters walk away, whistlers as he exits the room. The lights begin to flicker. In the array of colors, the waiter shifts returns. His face is contorted in a lit cigarette hangs from his gaping, smiling jaw. He begins to speak in a woman's voice. You're a good girl, to Fernanda. Dead weeds and grass sprouts at their feet. In the sea, water begins to leak through the window. The sounds of a screeching tea kettle can be heard. It grows louder until the sound is deafening. Ferdinand and Fernanda take one last look at each other before all fades to white, fading to a woman walking through a field and disappear into the sea, as a young girl watches in confusion from a coastal house window. A kettle scrunches into the wall above the window, reads, "There are no facts, only interpretations." The dream starts from the beginning. Ferdinand sits by the window, reading Freud and smoking a cigarette, and Fernanda sits sipping a mango tea and destroying a tape. The end.
Oh,
Good job. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
well, that's it. That's all of them. We got through them all. Yes, ending it. It's over now. It's like I'm awakening from a dream. Am I right? I want to, on behalf of the Nickel, I want to thank all of our performers today: Vanessa, Renee, Oswald, Jamie, Nora, and all of our writers, everyone watching, and last but certainly not least, Santiago and TODOS Productions for helping us put this together. If you're watching right now, this was free. Your payment is to head on over to TODOS Productions Facebook page and Instagram and all those things, and follow and like and all the things you got to do. So yes, I want to thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good night. Thank
you.
you, everyone. And
Thank
congrats
you,
to the
everyone.
writers.
Yeah, congrats to the writers.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to
Bye.
see all of these get produced soon.
Yeah.
Nickel 2022. I expect all of these submitted as films. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Facebook Live is off. Actually, I guess I should just